Serious, if you had taken your life 1 year ago, what beautiful things would you have had missed out on? A friend of mine kept telling me to watch her favorite TV show, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and I finally did, and I really liked it. Relevant to this discussion, one of the themes that recurs in the show is failing to see that you have friends and people who care about you, and feeling more alone than you really are. Half-Life. Alex. Not a joke, I'm 17 and not much else interesting has happened recently. If I weren't here today I would have missed out on the next game in the series that sparked my love of PC gaming. It's not really as profound as the other stuff on here, but it's important to me. My wonderful friends and helping 7 beautiful dogs learn to live a new life. I would have missed the Joker film. 3.5 months ago, I loaded some camping gear onto the back of my bicycle and left my home in Wisconsin with the vague goal of getting to Seattle and heading down the Pacific coast. 104 days and 4,000 miles later, I have seen some absolutely beautiful parts of the country. I've learned a ton about myself and grown as a person, and most importantly, I have seen time and time again the overwhelming kindness of the world we live in. I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason, traveling by bicycle just brings out the absolute best in everyone I meet. From the unending generosity of the people who have opened their homes to me, providing me a shower and bed, food and their wonderful company over dinner, to the drivers who saw me stopped on the side of the desolate Wyoming roads and pulled up to offer an extra water bottle when I was a million miles from a gas station soda dispenser. Everybody wants to be a positive part of my story. In this day and age, we seem to focus way too much on the hate in the world, but thankfully, the hateful among us are nothing more than a vocal minority. I deeply believe that this world we share is a kind one, and that we all want the best for each other, and that, to me, is far more beautiful than the mountains of Montana or a sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Having a best friend, someone who truly cares about me and wants to hear my problems. Also, another friend of mine had a child, and I get to go to their house sometimes and get baby snuggles. Meeting my wonderful girlfriend and falling in love with her. 3 months ago my now ex-fiancé broke up with me, and I was depressed. Since then, I styled and photographed my mom for a high-fashion advanced style shoot. I took a long-distance friend on a date. I've taken up yoga and finally, truly tackled my binge eating disorder. Honestly, I'm not sure that's even half of it. And that's just 3 months. I'm really glad, and that's putting it mildly, that I didn't give in to the feelings of shame and failure and the depressive fog. After years of hard work, multiple failures, and lots of persistence, I have finally been accepted into medical school. Meeting a lot of new friends that, keeping my friend from doing suicide, keeping that same friend and believing her when there are major rumors that aren't fair being spread about her. The joys of marching band. My graduation and seeing my mom being proud of me. Here's sort of a long story. So every year a friend of mine hosts a foreign exchange student fez whom is treated like a senior at my high school. This year I am a senior as well. Last year the fez was from Germany. One of my best friends fell in love with her about 2 months before she had to leave. He is still saddened about it, and let me tell you, it is so heartbreaking to see this. Even though we knew it was coming, I told myself I would never let something like this happen to me. Now it is August, and the fez this year is from Brazil. We had a welcoming party and she was so shy, yet so cute. I told myself, okay, I'll be friends with her, but I'm not going to let myself fall for her. There were not many people at this party, maybe 8 or 9, but they are such loud people I could tell she was pretty uncomfortable. She was sitting down at the table and I went and sat next to her, shaking and nervous as hell. I started talking to her. Her English was good but not really too great, and we just clicked like nothing I've ever seen. I knew after about 2 days, like, oh no, it's happening, and I couldn't help myself. Like, I could just tell she's special. Fast forward 3 months and I've realized she's the love of my life. We've been dating for a while and we're just perfect for each other. I've had one girlfriend before, but I've never met anyone who actually loves me, and it is amazing. I'd probably say my favorite memory with her was when she kissed me for the first time. She initiated it, and it was the most genuine feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. I love this woman so much. We plan to keep this going when she goes back home. But that's still 7 months away, so we're just enjoying it while it lasts. She may come to college in America. But who knows? It's so early, but like I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I can't imagine meeting someone else who appreciates me like she does. It's crazy. The whole ordeal seems like a storybook. It's almost too good to be true. So yeah, that's my favorite memory. Meeting the love of my life. I can only hope that everyone feels like this at some point in their life. My advice to dudes: let her come to you. If she really likes you, you will know it. No doubt about it. I took my son to the state fair. I took him on his first ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl. It's my favorite ride. We giggled and screamed and laughed. We did it again 4 times. We had our caricatures drawn together. He told me it was the best day. I really loved it. My wonderful girlfriend. My wedding. Small compared to some of the other replies on here, but I thought I'd share my answer. I was in a bad place around this time last year, and for the first time put real thought into ending my own life. After some therapy, I obviously never went through with it. And man, am I glad. The main reasoning for the depression I felt last year was how I just didn't fit in. I had friends in school, but that's it. I never did anything outside of school for the most part. Lots of Friday nights and weekends sitting at home, watching TV or playing video games with tears in my eyes. I was so frustrated with my lack of social skills. And I was intensely jealous of others. On one particularly bad day, I told myself that things would improve, or I would kill myself. Those were the only 2 options in my mind. Fast forward 1 year later. Yesterday was my birthday as well as one of my best friend's Friendsgiving celebration. Me and almost 40 of my closest friends got together for a fantastic time. I was happier than I had ever been. Now I'm sitting in bed, dozing off, and I saw this post. I burst into tears thinking about everything I would have missed. Homecoming, my driver's license, my first car, a soccer district championship, college scholarships, prom, a vacation in Europe, Christmas, birthdays, weddings, and more. I'll end this story with a cliché, but it is unbelievably true. Life gets better. Perhaps not in ways we are expecting, but it does. Life is like a roller coaster. Ups and downs. Fast and slow. Hell, it even has some loops and corkscrews. Just enjoy the ride. My brother did. Last June, and he missed out on Kingdom Hearts 3, the next entry in his favorite video game franchise that he waited for since 2006. I bought it and I played it on his behalf, but I suck at it. My brother was also a massive Toronto Raptors and basketball fan, and my mother and I watched the finals and had no idea what to feel when they won. That's the stuff that really gets you. The stuff you knew your loved one would have shit their pants with excitement on. My advice for anyone going through depression: you can always die later. You are going to die someday. The world will make sure of it, so you don't need to take on the anxiety and burden of ending your own life. But you can only live right now, so why not stick around for a few decides and see what happens? Procrastinating death is the best use of the skill. Honestly, nobody can tell you procrastination is a negative quality if it's what keeps you alive. It gives me comfort to know that I don't have to be here or do this forever. It gives me comfort to know that I don't have to take my death into my own hands. I've suffered from depression and crippling anxiety for about 12 years myself. And what keeps me going? It's the little things. I always pick something, anything, to look forward to. A new show or movie. A new game. I follow tennis and enjoy that. Vacations or visits from family members. Family is everything, and the little things that you like make up who you are, and no one can tell you your interests are small or worthless. Because you like them and they make you happy, and that's good enough. So just keep looking for the next thing to look forward to, and hold on tight no matter how strong the winds of depression become. Don't let go. You can weather the storm as long as you maintain hope that tomorrow can be better than today. Was considering ending things for a long time. Still have the thought on a daily basis, but finding ways to cope. This last year has been a roller coaster. January I dropped out of first year of university in a forensic science program. Due to inability to afford university education even after OSAP, I started working minimum wage general labor jobs to support myself and family, which is in major debt. In May I found a non-profit organization that gave basic 3-month IT certification program. In September got a 3-month paid internship with the City of Toronto. Unfortunately my internship ends tomorrow as 3 months have passed. Feeling depressed as hell as I enjoyed my work and friendly staff. But my life has a bit of hope left. If I ended it earlier I wouldn't be able to discover my interest in IT as well as be able to build my first gaming PC which I sold to regain costs. My life actually starting, realizing I'm not as everyone tried to make me believe I was my whole life. Confronting the reality that I live with severe CPTSD, and by live I mean I kick life's ass and don't let it ruin me. I stood up against 2 abusers. One is now on probation for 2 years. And I got everything I'd said would make me more comfortable if he took the plea deal. The other being my mom. And I feel more empowered in our strange AF relationship. She's my best friend, my main source of trauma, and also exhibits many characters of someone with antisocial personality disorder as in all of them. I got off my psych meds, have the best job I've ever had, found direction in terms of my education, career goals and will be starting school again in the fall. I am settling into my own home. First time living independently. I'm making actual friends for the first time in my life with one gigantic exception. I have a kitty that I love, am addressing my physical health, and am clearly at a place in my life recovery that indicates I'm starting the rest of my life. Also, come the 11th, I've made it to 30 years old. Life has never been this beautiful. If I'm being perfectly honest, not too much. I guess Under the Covers Volume 3 and Death Stranding, but it hasn't been a spectacular year. Summer and fall, that's basically it. Hey, that's okay. I read this question and really, there isn't anything major that sprung to mind. Even the trips I was forced to take were just okay. I don't like traveling, but it's okay. The only thing I can report for this is the passage of time, everyday moments with my family and partner, and the realization that I am slowly healing from my father's passing. We can be happy with simple things, small things, even if it's just the changing of the seasons. It can come every year without fail and look just about the same, but it's still really cool. I would have missed nothing. This year for me has been the worst in my entire life. Everyone I knew died or moved away. I became depressed, isolated myself. If my life had ended last year, I would have at least died happy. Every night I dreamed that 2019 had never happened, and everyone was still alive and happy. The problem is that I wake up getting to hear my daughter call me mommy and come up to me and give me hugs and kisses at random. Life does get better and I'm glad I'm here for it. Nothing. My friend passing today. My ex-girlfriend trying to ruin my life. Losing my best friend to said ex. Car lost in accident. Fired from my job. I just can't find the courage to hurt my parents. That's what kept me from doing it. Hold on to that. Be human enough not to put them through that torture for every one of their last days. And, someday, you will look around and realize that your misery is gone, and it is a good day. Have the strength and courage to do that. Wow, this hit me really hard. My daughter attempted suicide on December 18, 2018. It literally does change everything. The thought of having to live without her is unfathomable. Every single day since then has been beautiful. A gift. Even the bad days. And there have been quite a few. All beautiful. Buying my own newly constructed home as a single woman when I believed I'd only be able to afford it if I got married. This has been a pretty shit year, but not in a no hope for the future sense. Parents have been ill, work has sucked, and an ex who I'm still on friendly terms with had an awful family tragedy. I wouldn't have missed much yet, but I'd miss out on the better times to come. Seeing my daughter eat for the first time. She was born premature. She has a G-tube in her stomach. Didn't take anything by mouth. She just turned 19 months. We worked with a speech therapist for a year before she had the ability to take a bite. Baby steps. I'm hoping in another year she'll be drinking on her own.